We got introduced to this program because some friends of ours cared enough about us to bring us some water to try. And Dale and Valerie said, "Keith, I want you to try this water." And I said, "Well, Dale, I buy bottled water." And he said, "Well, try this water." And I said, "Okay." Well, to give you a little background on that and what the benefit was, I'm a diabetic. I am a chiropractor and a doctor and physician in the state of Texas. So what happens is sometimes we overlook our professional folks that are around and think they know everything. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't. We're so busy trying to help you get well that many times we don't take as good a care of ourselves. And so back about 3 years ago, I had a roundabout with some blood clots in my left leg and some Coumadin for about 7 months to try to dissolve those. And then following year, I had the same problem with staph and strep infection in my big toe from a blister I got at school, teaching high school, the medical courses at school. And what happened was that I ended up in the hospital for about 3 weeks. Around the clock, 24 hours a day, I had a 1-hour IV drip for 2 weeks before I got out of there. When I got out of there, my leg was still swelling from time to time. My blood sugar was still erratic. I was still having major problems with weight control. And then a year later, friends of ours brought us this water to try, and what happened was those symptoms that were staying with me, that were bugging me, even though I was there treating other patients, they still bugged me, right? Started to rescind. They started to reverse. I started losing weight. The circulation came back to my leg. My leg didn't swell as much. I started seeing results in me. My wife tried it, and she'll tell a little bit about what happened with her. My daughters have tried it. They've had some great success. But what happened was that I started sharing it with our patients. And when we started sharing it with our patients, not everybody has the same problems, but it seemed to balance out whatever they needed. Now, being in the field of chiropractic and working with acupressure and acupuncture and working with colon hydrotherapy, I always found some things that I couldn't do, that I couldn't help a person correct the balances in their body. And so I was always looking for the underlying problem, not just the symptom, because we can treat symptoms all day long. Ladies and gentlemen, the only two ways that we get healed is God touches us and heals us instantaneously and miraculously. The other way is that He designed our bodies to heal themselves if we remove the interference and supply what it needs. But there's no other way to heal. Now, all doctors work together in helping the body correct itself, whether we use medication or use acupuncture or use colon hydrotherapy or physical therapy or reflexology or massage. It makes no difference. We're all working to try to help the body conservatively help itself. But if we can't, we have to look for the underlying cause. And we've got to be open enough to listen to what the body's telling us. Most modalities, no matter what it is we go after, can be benefited by properly hydrating the body. It's that important, and we miss it so easily. Everybody gets taught that Coke is the real thing, and that's okay. We can drink Cokes once in a while, but they're not as good for our bodies as healing as something more alkaline that this water allows our bodies to do. So if we take some of the things that are more acid in our body and putting in our body and replace them with some things that are more alkaline, then what happens is the bicarbonate system doesn't have to work quite so hard. It's like you or me. If we work 36 hours straight, we're not as efficient hour 30, 35 as we were hour 5 to 10. So what we want to do is if we can allow the body to rest some by providing what it needs to heal, then the body was designed to do that job. And that's what this is about. I tell my patients, when they come in my treatment room, if I close these doors, and even if you smoke, if I put 25 smokers in here that smoke cigars, cigarettes, and pipes, could you stay in here? And 100% of them, whether they smoke or not, say, "No, I couldn't." And I couldn't either. But you know what? What happens is that the cells in our body don't have a choice. We do. We can turn on the vent, open the door, or walk outside. But the cells in our bodies don't have a choice. They have to live, replicate, and die in the environment we produce for them. We control that environment, what we put in. I can't make my patients put in their mouth what they need. They have to want to do that. But I can suggest things to them, give them that information, and teach them what it can do, and share this water, and allow them to find out what it can do for them. And that's what I do in my practice. Every patient that comes in, they're able to try the water. They take some home. I show them a few demos. I let them take water home, and what happens to them then is what's so exciting, because they come back for more and more and more until they decide they want to have the highest quality possible to get it for the family. And I'm going to let